Okay, this is just a quick part 2 update for June 20th, 2016. It's 10 o'clock in the evening. Here in the foothills, we have a temperature still of 88 degrees. And today's high was around 109 up in the foothill areas. It varied. I was out doing a lot of traveling today on the freeways and stuff, and it varied from 108 to 110, depending where I was. Sierra Madre, Arcadia, um, up in the Pasadena area, and out in the valley. It was very, very hot all over the place. It's very, very, very warm. Uh, and we have two fires, one in Azusa, which started earlier in the day. Right around noontime, I noticed the smoke. And then about a little later than that, I think we saw the Duarte fire pop up, and that is quite a big fire. Those two fires are about 5 miles apart. And so we're hoping that the fire department will and the Forestry Service will get on top of those fires and put every asset they can get their hands on fast to put those fires out. All right, here we're looking at the northeast water vapor loop, northeast Pacific. All right, and we have a situation here where this moisture that came from Texas right over here has not looped back into California. There's actually high pressure here separating a flow moving into Northern California from what's happening here. We actually have some counterclockwise motion starting to form right here. And we have thunderstorms developing right here in Arizona. That's actually being blown apart. We'll take a look at that. They're now photoshopping much more carefully. They're uh, coloring their overlays to match with the background color. We'll show you that. Out here we have low pressure spinning, and we have another low pressure here. This is a developing gale. The high temperatures we've been having here in LA and the Southwest have been installed to block this thing here. This would certainly bring a lot cooler weather if it was allowed to drop in. They are keeping that out. This right here would bring us some cool weather. Let's take a look at this. There's plenty of moisture in that thing, and that little gale. Also right here, we've got high pressure installed all through this area, and the place is really hot. Even right now, you go outside, it feels very, very warm. All right, let's look at this is the western U.S. water vapor loop, and we can see that developing gale right here. And this should be moving in, but we've got all this high pressure. Actually, at the surface level, there's low pressure indicated all through here. The high pressure is at the 500 and the 300 millibar levels. So here we are. We've got very, very hot temperatures. The uh, uh, Palm Springs area, I think, was 122 degrees. Anza Borrego Desert, Desert Center, all those areas were between 118 and 122 degrees, but Palm Springs was 122. So that's got to be a record. Um, let's look at the infrared loop. We can see moisture all the way all around Southern California, but the question is will any of that get into Southern California? And I think the answer is no. Capitals no. And see right here, that's being attacked. Right there. Here's the southwest water vapor loop. And here's that little system here we're watching that they're hitting that with microwave. That quickly disintegrates. And this system here, if this gets into Arizona and continues towards California, they will certainly deal with that in the same way. They will superheat that and destroy it. Here's the rainbow loop, the IR loop. You see some good color change going on here. All right, now here's the visible light mode, and we can see that the photoshopping is hard to detect here, but they are doing it right there. They have matched. They've hired some professional Photoshop people to come in and consult with these guys that have been doing this work. And we can see here that we can actually see some dimple marks, about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as we transition into the evening, they have photoshopped that, but it's very tough to see because they've color matched the overlay, but we can still see it. I can see it here, and also right down here, same thing. They photoshopped this. You can see it. They've done a fairly good job of color matching all this, but it's still visible. You can still see it. So they are getting a little more clever in their concealment techniques to hide their work. All right, let's just run that. We can actually see the dimple marks at the very beginning of that loop right there. And we see a hole in a blast pattern. Let's go ahead and watch that again. We see the dimple marks right there. There's about 5 or 6. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it looks like 1 there on the end. And we see some activity out here on the backside. Looks like a blast. Backside of that area is blown out. Actually see a ring right here. Okay, so that's pretty much all right. So we'll keep a close eye and see what they do. I pretty much can guarantee though that none of this weather, it all stops right at the Colorado River and at the border. They will stop everything that gets into California. I can just almost guarantee you that. Okay, here's the surface analysis map. And we can see that high pressure is reorganized. We have this huge area of high pressure that's been set up. This developing gale is marked right here, just off of the central California coast. Trough of low pressure indicated here. And we have troughs actually right about it, almost at the area of Los Angeles right here at 34 North. And we have a couple of troughs right there. All right, so the low pressure is right over our area on the surface level, but if you look at the other maps, let's go ahead and take a look at the, here's the sea level pressure analysis, and we can actually see where that low is indicated right here, right over the Four Corners states and part of California, and then all the rest of this is all high pressure all the way out here. All right, here's the 500 millibar. We can see high pressure right here. This entire area is high pressure right on top of that low that's at the surface level. And we have a low down here, right off of Baja California. And another low, this is that developing gale. We have an upper level low off of Washington. That's still there. They've beat that up with a transmitter. This one right here, that's hardly even noticeable. Let's go back and take a look at that other map here in a sec. Here's the 300 millibar. Still upper level low there. We got upper level low here, that gale, and we have low pressure all through here. And we have that huge area of high pressure that's blocking all of this. We've got 2 upper level lows that are being blocked. And the argument for global warming / climate change is being made again, because not many people know what's going on here. They're not paying attention to these maps. They just don't know what is going on. Let's take a look at the East Coast map, and we can see that Tropical Storm Danielle was attacked today earlier, and we can see the remnants of that as it moves onshore into Mexico. It's all being blown apart. All that white stuff is the residual water vapor. We can see also a huge spinning vortex here with a transmitter right on top, right here, which is isolating the core of this huge system from this flow. We have thunderstorms and unstable air moving right towards that vortex, but they've got a very strong barrier. And as you can see what's happening, this is all mushrooming into that wall. This is sort of like an electronic wall. They build this in with a phased array type transmitter. Generates very strong high pressure and high temperatures, and so this water vapor will not breach that this area. It just will not pass through there. So we get flow to the north, and this system cannot gain any strength. Okay, that's pretty good evidence right here, folks. All right, so that's pretty much it. That is the report for today, and we will do another update tomorrow.